Hi everyone and welcome back to the Brick Bods. If you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. You'll notice that we are back up in the Lego room this week. And yes, we were here last week for the city update, but it's not another city update. In fact, things have gone backwards, as you can tell by the fact that the ice castle has come back off the mountain. But that's just because we move it for our live streams on a Sunday. Anyway, we're back up in the Lego room because there's something I wanted to deal with. And I've been to IKEA and I have this box here that I'm hoping will solve some of my problems. So what is the problem, you may ask? Well, it's not the city, it's the floor. So there's parts all over the place. Specifically, this is the worst one where Ian's been building the mountain. And you see, I like to show off these things because it kind of gives you a little bit more of a realistic view of having a Lego city. So in the standing hole is where Ian has been working, and he's left loads of parts behind, and that's our Alex drawers there. So I'm just going to crawl under the tables to get to the Alex drawers so I can show you inside those. Right, so inside our Alex drawers, they're not very well organised, so that's one of the things I'd like to fix. But we did sort them out into like categories. So this one was tiles. This one is meant to be bricks. This one is like organic pieces, so leaves, cobwebs, flowers. But you might notice there's just random white pieces in here. Ian's just been shoving white pieces in that drawer in a sort of, that's where I want to sort of store them. Those are plates in there, so I pulled out a whole bunch of them that were in the drawers because I was fed up that they were in the drawers, and so we had a little bit of a discussion. I'll let you see the beautiful winter village while I talk about this. How should projects work? So he would like all of his parts in one drawer so that he can work on his project. Now, I don't want to have my Lego sorted by colour. That doesn't seem like a smart move to me. So I want them sorted by type, which is what we've got. And so I thought, how can we meet sort of a middle ground so that he has his parts easily accessible for projects he's doing, like this, but I have nice, tidy Alex drawers. So that is what that parcel is. So it's a Rasholt, I think I've bought. It's essentially a trolley. So I'm going to get that built and see if Ian likes it. Okay, I find IKEA building harder than Lego building, but I think I'm done. So we have a nice little white trolley on wheels. And this is the beauty of it. This is why I've gone for this one. There is an alternative one you can get from IKEA that's, I think, the Rasholt, which gives you bigger baskets, a bit more storage, but is taller. And so it doesn't fit under our tables. This one's got a decent amount, so Ian can load up on parts. So we've got part storage here and in this Alex drawer here, and also in the cupboard. So he can wheel this round, get all his stuff, and then in it goes to wherever he's working, and he can get on with building and be a little bit more tidy in the process. I think it's a win. So I'm currently in the standing hole by one of our Alex drawers. And I also bought, while I was at IKEA, some boxes. So we've got a variety of boxes down here to try and organise inside the drawers. So at the moment, we just kind of got parts in bags all over the place. And some got like plates and things organised. So we've got the two different size drawers, the shallow ones and the deeper ones here. So I spent a while in IKEA trying to work out which ones actually fitted in these drawers. So these are horrible colours, but I think they're called, oh, what were they called? Doesn't even say, does it? No-jig? N-O-J-I, yeah, there you go. No-jig. So they come in a variety of different sizes. There's more than just the ones that I've got, but these were the ones that I kind of felt worked best. So I got 4 of each to kind of play with. So they're a decent height. They fit inside each other quite nicely. So if you're not using them, these are quite long drawers. So I think I think I can fit 1 more of those in. I only bought 4. But then these are like twice the width, so there's like the space of 2 in there. So I thought a combination of those would probably work. So as you can see, I can kind of get them to not move about this way, but there's always about a centimetre gap, even if I fill the drawers. So again, I've got these ones which are kind of the size of 4 of these. 1, 2, oh no, not quite 4. 2, width of 2, but maybe 1.5 that way. So they seemed quite good as well. Let's see if I can show you what I mean by the, so yeah, that's everything pushed right to the back. So you still have this gap here. So obviously, despite the fact they're called no jig, they do jig. But I figured I could put things like plates in there and have those sort of in those gaps, keeping it from jigging. So now it is no jig, and it just allows me to separate. I'm not sure whether I would still separate into bags of parts, but then at least have somewhere to sort of put them, to categorise them a bit better, maybe, in case I wanted to have a subcategory in a drawer. So yeah, these were really cheap, like 50p for the smaller 2, no, 25p for the tiniest one, and 50p for these 2. So they're pretty decent. I also thought these would be quite good, like sorting trays, maybe. I really hate the colour, but they're in a drawer and I don't really care. So that was my solution in there. Obviously the same solution could work in the lower drawer, because, you know, they're the same dimensions. It's just that these ones are deeper. But I did then spot these, and these I think are called IKEA 365 Plus. I think that's the whole range of things, so that won't necessarily find you the right size. This is a size, like that's the item number for the one that I've gone for. These are actually food storage jars, or food storage containers, and they seem to fit really well in. I had to take these all the way from the food part back to the showroom part, so you can see that they fit really good. I can't remember how many I can get in a row. Let's give that a try. So again, I've now got a gap again, but it's still allowing me to sort of separate those containers a little bit more. I thought it was a good idea. So those are the first ones that I've bought as a kind of prototype. I didn't buy as many as I would need to do the whole Alex drawer, and there's 2 of them, so I definitely don't have enough, but I wanted to see if the system worked for me or not. I always find trying to find storage for the Alex drawers really hard, because the Alex drawers that we've got are the skinny ones, and IKEA don't seem to have a recommended option for those, what to use. So yeah, this is what I've gone with. I'll give it a go and see if I can fill things and make it look a bit neater in here. So I've managed to get a configuration in this drawer that doesn't really jig about, barely jigs about. So I've got 3 of the 365 containers that go all the way to sort of the back of the drawer and don't move. And then these no jig ones are the right sort of width to then fit in that gap that's left. And I can also get more of the 365s to go across, or these larger no jig ones as well, also working there. So obviously there's a lot of container sort of missing from the height of the drawer, but I'm kind of seeing these as a way to segregate as opposed to contain. So I can put the bags inside there, and then I know if I pick up that container, they're in there. They don't need to be like fully inside it kind of thing. It's more like a tray. I also am not sure I'm going to need to have these containers in every single drawer. So like this makes no sense to put inside that container because it's a big bag of tiles. You put it in and you're kind of wasting all that space around it. So I think my idea for the containers is for like mixed pieces. So if I've got lots of 1x1s, or no, 2x1 bricks, but I don't have a whole bunch in one colour, this is where I'd put them, because then I can take out that container and go, right, that's all my 2x1s, now I can sort through it without having to be stood by my drawer kind of thing. I can go take it away and then bring it back. Whereas if I've got this, I just put that in the bits that either don't have containers or have these shallower containers. So I think these options are going to work for us. I just think it's using it the way that makes most sense for the collection that you've got. So every time I bring some new parts, it might need to rejig it a little bit, or just keep the loose ones in here. So we definitely got a classic box. I've parted that out into types of brick, and they'll probably fit nicely in there. Obviously, we've also got the container at the back is kind of unhelpful, like you can't really get to it, but that's the point of the containers, that you can take one out and slide them to get to the one that you do want, and then pop them back in. Like, they don't need to be in a set order, they just need to keep like bricks together, and you don't always want them to be in bags and things. So I think it's going to be fun. This is not overly workable because you just end up moving parts to try and find parts, just like, where's the bit that I wanted? Keep scooping, and it's kind of irritating. I think a little bit of organisation within the drawers is going to make life a lot easier. So let me know what you think of these changes to the Lego room, both the drawer dividers and the trolley that we've bought. Do you think they're going to make the necessary changes to the Lego room to keep it a bit more tidy? I guess I'll report back in about a month and let you know if it's working. If you've got the Alex drawers and you've got a better way of organising them, please do show me what you've got and let me know the sort of part numbers and things from wherever it is you bought them, so that I can experiment with that as well. And don't forget to like and subscribe so you never miss an update. See you later.